everyone. So today we are going to start with a new topic, or you can say the continuation of the previous video. In the last video we did what are financial systems, and I gave you a brief about financial systems includes financial markets, that is a place where sellers and buyers come together to sell and purchase financial securities. Then we have financial institutions who help to sell the financial services or financial securities in the financial market. And then we have financial services. These four combined together make the financial system. Now today we'll be going a bit deeper in the financial system, where we are going to understand what are each and every aspect, like each subunit we are going to study in a detailed manner. So let's start today's lecture. The first one is the financial services. Financial services will include all these kind of services, but I'll start with financial markets so it is a bit more easier for you. And okay, I think now you are able to see the entire screen or the diagram. Financial markets usually comprises of two sub-markets. Okay, there is a subdivision of financial markets that could be money market and capital market. So capital market is usually for long term, means if I want to invest in a company or anywhere where I can hold my investments up to 1 year or more than 1 year, 5 years, 6 years, then what do? I go for capital market. So capital market is always usually for long term. If I want to save something, if I want to invest in a way where it is for long term, then I'll go for capital market. But if I want short term investments, like for 6 months, 3 months and so on, what do? I go for money market. So money market is usually for short term securities, whereas capital market is for long term securities. Capital market could be further divided into primary and secondary market. Primary market means when a company or any organization issues shares or securities for the first time, they are sold in the primary market. So suppose if a company issues IPO, initial public offer, then any company issues a kind of new debentures, or a corporate issues a kind of bonds. So when they are issued for the first time in the market, first ever time in the market, then they are issued in the primary market. But what if you have purchased shares from a company, the company is a listed company and they declared their IPO for the first time, you purchased, now you want your money back. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to sell it to me or any other person who's there available in the market to buy the securities. So what you're going to do, you're going to sell your securities, but not to the company back, but to those people who want such kind of securities. So if I'm going to purchase any of the securities second hand, means it is already sold to someone and now I am purchasing it. So I'm the second holder, that is a second hand security. So that second hand security would be sold in the secondary market. That is the basic difference between primary and secondary. So primary market includes all those securities which are issued for the first time, whereas when you issue securities again or when you resell your securities to someone, then that would be in the secondary market. Secondary market, the best example could be BSE, NSE could be the best examples, because there you can purchase shares and securities every day and you can resell them again. So this was the detail about financial markets. Financial markets, to brief it out or to conclude once, financial market includes a subdivision of two different markets, that is capital market and money market. If you want to go for long term, you can go for capital market. If you want to go for short term, go for money market. Then capital market itself has two more subdivisions, that would be primary and secondary. Primary market is a market where securities shares are issued for the first time. These are issued usually by the companies, financial institutions themselves. Whereas when you want to sell your securities to somebody else, then what you can do, you can go with the secondary market. So this was financial market. Then we have financial instruments. Financial instruments could be shares, securities, debentures, bonds, anything. Now there are various ways in which we can actually categorize the financial instruments. So here the financial instruments are categorized as primary, direct, indirect, and derivatives. Primary direct, it refers to the origin, like equity shares. So equity shares is related to a company. A particular company issues equity shares. A particular company issues preference shares, debentures, bonds, and so on. So if I am able to find the source of my securities, then that would be through primary or direct, and I'm going to directly purchase it either from the company or from other person, but I am the direct shareholder, or I am the direct investor in that particular company. So that is why it is called as a primary or a direct financial instrument. Whereas if I talk about indirect, then we have mutual funds and portfolio. Mutual funds, as you all know, and some of you might have invested in the same. So mutual funds is, you can say, a pool of securities where you hold certain equity, certain preference, certain debentures, certain bonds from various different companies, so that your risk can be diluted and your profits could be maximized. That is the main objective of mutual funds. The same thing could be done in portfolio investments. So if you have huge amount of money to invest and you want to make a portfolio of securities, you can do that. The minimum investment in a portfolio scheme should be 50 lakhs. So that is an indirect, where you don't know, where you are not able to trace out the exact source of your investments. So mutual fund like an equity mutual fund or a debt mutual fund, these two mutual funds have or hold a lot number of securities of equity shares or either debt from various different companies. So here it will become a very difficult task for you to actually list out all the companies from which we have purchased the equity shares. So here, that is why we call it or refer it as an indirect. The last is derivatives. Derivatives includes future forwards and options that we are going to do in future. There is one more way where we can classify the financial instruments. That could be your call money, notice money, term money. It is based on time. So this was based on the ownership basically, and this is based on time. So if you are investing in call money, okay, it means you have borrowed the money for one day. So if you want money for one day, what you can do, you can buy a call money. It is usually used by banks to figure out, or you can say to fulfill the gaps. So that is call money. Call money is if you want to borrow any amount for one particular day, then that is call money. Whereas if you want to borrow any money from 2 days to 14 days, 2 days to 14 days, that would be notice money. And the last is if you want to borrow money for 14 days or beyond, then you'll go for term money. So this was the financial financial markets we have done, and now financial instruments, as well as the classification of financial instruments. We have financial intermediaries. Financial intermediaries or all those people who help to sell the security. So these are the origins, these are the companies, these are the people who sell financial instruments in the financial market. So it could be banks, it could be non-banking financial companies, it could be mutual fund organizations, insurance organizations, other corporate sectors, etc. These people sell shares, securities, bonds, debentures to investors in the financial market. The last but not the least would be financial services. Financial services includes all those services which helps the sale of services to go in a smooth manner. So it could include the banking services, foreign exchange services, investment services, insurance services, and other services. So financial services are basically used to help sell and purchase of securities in the financial market in an easy way. So that is why what we are going to do, we are going to use financial services for that. We can use online payment method, GPay, Google Pay, that is connected to your bank account. So all these are financial services given to you by banks. This was the entire detailed session of financial systems, which includes 4 different elements: financial market, financial securities, financial intermediaries, and financial services. The next time when we'll meet tomorrow, we are going to start with the types of banks. So make sure you do enroll to this particular playlist. If there is any doubts or any problems, please do let me know. I would love to help you all. Bye everyone, take care.